The last special quadratic that we need to deal with today is where we have to do something called factoring completely. Now if you notice here, I have this negative, which is keeping this quadratic from being what I guess you could call normal. And so I'm going to start off by dividing out the GCF. And if you want to make a note, and it is usually the A, and what I mean by that is that coefficient in front of that x squared term. So if I factor that out, I get y equals, and I'll put the negative out front, and then I have x squared plus 8x plus 16. So now our next step is going to be to set up our t-chart, which we need to multiply to 16 and add to 8. So we need to find the numbers that multiply to that 16 and add to 8, which is going to be, I think right away, 4 times 4, because 4 plus 4 does give me 8. And if you can get it on the first try without having to do too much guess and check, awesome. So then we're going to set it up into our factored form. So we have y equals, and we'll put the negative out front, and we've got x plus 4 times x plus 4. So then that last piece is going to be to check it. So if we take a look here and check this out, we get, remember this is going to be dealt with last. So make sure you remember that. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 4 is 16. So if I go ahead and then combine like terms, I get negative of x squared plus 8x plus 16. And then I can go ahead and factor that, distribute that negative through, which does give me negative x squared minus 8x minus 16, which is what we started with, as you can see up top here. Therefore, that makes that this is my final answer. You could also have y equals the negative of x plus 4, the quantity squared, because that would be an even simpler version and much neater and cleaner. Moving on to another example. We have here, I see a 2 out front, so I'm going to divide that 2 out. Y is equal to 2 times the quantity x squared. Negative 12 divided x divided by 2 is negative 6x. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. Then I can go ahead and make my t-chart. I need to multiply to negative 7, and I need to add to negative 6. First thing I think of is I need the bigger number to be negative, so when I add them together, since I need to have one number back negative and one number positive, I'm going to do negative 7 times 1, because negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6, which then I can write y equals, keep that 2 out front, and I have x minus 7 times x plus 1. And so now I need to check it. So distribute that x and x to get x squared. Keep that 2 out front. X times 1 is x. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. Combine my like terms, and I get 2 times the quantity x squared minus 6x minus 7. Distribute that 2 in, you get 2x squared minus 12x minus 14, which is what we started with, therefore making this my correct solution. I want you to pause the video now, try out these two problems, and then come back and check out and see how you did. Alright, welcome back. The 4 I see here is what I'm going to divide out, so I'm going to have y equals 4 times the quantity x squared. 12x divided by 4 is plus 3x, and negative 40 divided by 4 is negative 10. So now I need to make my t-chart that multiplies to negative 10 and adds to 3. So I think right away I need one positive number, one negative number, because that's how I'm going to get negative 10. And I need the bigger one to be positive, because I need that positive 3 in the end. So I think 5 times 2, because that's a difference of 3. But I need 5 times negative 2, because 5 plus negative 2 does in fact equal 3. So I get y equals 4 times the quantity x plus 5 times x minus 2. And when I go ahead and check this, x times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is minus 2x. 5 times x is plus 5x. 5 times negative 2 is minus 10. Combine my like terms to get 4 times the quantity x squared plus 3x minus 10. And when I distribute that 4 into all three terms, I end up with 4x squared plus 12x minus 40, which is exactly what I started with. Checked off that it works, and I make sure that I mark that this is my final answer. Moving on to the final example for today. I have y equals negative 3x squared minus 3x plus 36. I see this negative 3 in here, so I'm going to factor that out. So I factor the negative 3 out, leaving me with x squared. Negative 3x divided by negative 3 is positive x. And 36 divided by negative 3 is negative 12. So I make my t-chart. I need to multiply to negative 12, and I need to add to 1. And I think I need to add to 1, which means I need my bigger number to be positive, because I need two numbers that are opposite signs, which means I'm going to have 4 times negative 3, because 4 plus negative 3 does in fact give me 1. So that means I have y equals negative 3 times x plus 4 times x minus 3. I go ahead and check this. X times x gives me x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Go ahead and combine like terms. We get negative 3 times x squared plus x minus 12. And then I distribute that negative 3 in all three terms to get negative 3x squared minus 3x plus 36. And I see that that does check out according to what we have here. Therefore, that makes this my correct solution. Remember, what we do after that is just a check. So what you need to do is work on factoring these two special quadratic functions for tomorrow. Bring your questions with you to class.